In this short video, we are going to learn about receptors in integumentary system or receptors in the skin. When we talk about receptors in the skin, there are 4 or 5 very important receptors, and for each of these receptors you have to know two things. First, you have to know the location of the receptor, so where they are present, and second, what kind of sensation do they transmit. So these are the two things which you have to know about each of these receptors. Let's look at the first receptor. This is called as Merkel cell receptor. Now this Merkel cell receptor is responsible for the light touch. These are special receptors present only in the vertebrate, and they are slow adapting receptors, which means these receptors cannot sense rapidly changing light touch sensation. So they are slow adapters and they are light touch receptors. Again, they are present here somewhere at the junction of the epidermis and the dermis. The second receptor which we are going to talk about is Messiness receptors. Now this is present typically at the dermoepithelial junction. So here at the dermoepithelial junction you can see these receptors. Here important point is these are rapidly adapting receptors, so they are very important for 2-point discrimination. Suppose on a skin you are touching on 2 different points, so ability to differentiate between 2 different points of touch is because of these receptors. The third receptor is Pacinian receptors. Okay, these Pacinian receptors, also called as Pacinian corpuscles, are present in the deep dermis and they are rapidly adapting. What do they measure? They measure pressure and vibration. So this is your Pacinian corpuscles or Pacinian receptors. So these are present deep in the dermis and they are rapidly adapting, majorly responsible for pressure and vibration. The fourth receptor is Ruffini. Now Ruffini again is a slow adapting receptor, and these are very important for dermal stretch and thermal receptors. So again, this is a frequently asked question. What are the thermal receptors in the skin? The answer will be Ruffini. So Ruffini, this is Ruffini's receptors. These are present deep in the skin, in the dermis. They are slow adapting and they are responsible for dermal stretch and thermal receptor. The last is what we there are a lot of free nerve endings in the skin. Now the important point about these free nerve endings is that they are non-myelinated and they are responsible for again pain and temperature sensing. So these are non-myelinated free nerve endings directly ending into the skin. It can extend up to the epidermis, right? And they are important for pain and temperature. So these are the important receptors in the skin. You have to know for each receptor the location and what are the sensation which those receptors transmit.